Alright everybody, and welcome back to Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers. Ooh, well we did a lot of voodoo research in the last chapter. We talked to Dr. John, we talked to the guy at Dixieland drugstore, we got to see Malia Getty, we got some patterns from... Is this the right save? Yeah, this is the right save. We got some patterns that we stole from the police station, and we paid an artist in the park to do a little recreated sketch of them, but we haven't quite got that yet. And we had Grace research Madame Cazanou, who is this old lady who patronizes the Dixieland drugstore and apparently knows quite a bit about voodoo, best we can tell. Let's look at this. This is the... somewhere. Oh my god. Okay, so this is the phone book page we got, and there are 4 different entries for Cazanou, and the game basically requires you to check all of them. Now, I've taken the liberty of writing down all the numbers that we need in a little notebook before we started. I also played through this chapter just a little bit ago, and man, this is a chapter. This is a long one. Hopefully we can keep things flowing. Let's go for our normal morning ritual, have our coffee, and read the newspaper, see what's going on today.
Times Picayune, dated June 20, 1993. Gabriel scans over an uninteresting front page. Under the cultural events section, there's a notice about a lecture on African religions. The lecture is at Tulane University. Gabriel's horoscope for the day. An evil eye is upon you. Change course before it's too late.
Lighten up.
Well, we got another voodoo lead apparently. Apparently there is a lecture going on today. So we will check up on that. And I believe Grace said we had messages. I said that last video too, and I was wrong. So let's see if I'm wrong this time.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
You have messages from me.
Do you have messages for me?
Your pal Mosley called. He left a message that they're interrogating a suspect this morning and you might want to be there.
Sounds fun.
Mm-hmm. I bet.
And there are actually 2 messages today.
Do you have more messages for me?
That man from Germany called again, Wolfgang Ritter. Now he's claiming to be a relative of yours. I took down his number. If you change your mind and want to give him a call back, just ask me for it.
Okay, and we're gonna get Ritter's phone in BR.
Can I get that phone number for Wolfgang Ritter?
Sure. I'll give it to you when we're done talking.
Alright, well we're done talking.
Here's that phone number.
Thanks.
And the phone number is literally an inventory item that has his phone number written on it. Alright, well we have some phone calls to make, so let's just get right on that. I hate talking on the telephone. Alright, so first, let's find this Madame Cazanou. They were all 555 numbers, so we're going to start off. 1270.
Hello.
Hi, is this the Cazanou residence?
Yes. What can I do for you?
Do you or does anyone in your family patronize the Dixieland drugstore?
I'm a busy man. What are you selling?
Nothing.
Good. Goodbye.
Well, that was rude. Alright, let's try again.
Hello, Cazanou residence?
Hi, I was wondering if you could help me.
Yeah?
A woman in the Dixieland drugstore dropped her purse today, and the name Cazanou was inside it.
Dixieland drugstore? Never heard of it. Sorry.
Well, we're 2 for 2 so far. Alright, let's try again.
Hello?
Hello? I'm calling from the Dixieland drugstore. We have an order for you.
Castro, be quiet. Who is this?
Who names their dog
I'm a friend of the owner.
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that sounded like her. She had a little dog, too. So, from this, you are supposed to deduce that since she has a dog, you can call the Cajun Critters Veterinary Clinic. And that's who we're going to call next. More things I had to look up. I did play this game rather late into my life, relatively speaking, but Yeah, I had to look up quite a bit for this game.
Cajun Critters Animal Clinic. This is Melissa.
Do you have a Madame Cazeneuve as a client?
Do you have a Madame Cazeneuve as a client?
Madame Cosinu? Sure, I know her. She's not here right now, though.
Really? She told me she'd be there. Would you happen to have her address by any chance?
Yes, but I'm not sure I should give it out. Who are you again?
I'm worried about Castro.
I'm worried about Castro. He's missed 3 dance lessons.
Castro? Her little doggy? Oh, he's so sweet. Well, I guess if you know Castro, it's okay. Her address is 345 Dauphine.
Thanks.
Alright, possibly breaking some more laws here. So, next up, we did get Wolfgang Ritter's phone number, so we're gonna call him and see. We're gonna call him and see what he wants. 9 3
There's
2
nothing.
2 4 3 3 3 3.
I'm not calling some stranger in Germany. I still don't know who this guy really is.
Well, thanks for teasing me, Gabe. Really appreciate it. Alright, well, let's go ahead and hit the road. We got a lot to cover today.
I've got some things.
Yeah, we know. Alright, so, first thing on the agenda. We're gonna go, since this Wolfgang Ritter fellow is claiming to be a relative of ours, I figure we can go ask Grandma Knight if she's ever heard of this person. And we can wrap up all the other business we have at Grandma Knight's house that we didn't do before while we were here. Okay, he has a bike, motorcycle, we know.
It's my favorite grandson.
You're also
How
my
nice.
only grandson.
Your only grandson, but nice try, Gran.
I was right, too. Okay.
Make yourself at home, son.
Okay, time to interrogate you.
Can we talk, Gran?
Of course, my boy. How can I help?
What can you tell me about voodoo?
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? What an odd question, Gabriel. Of course, you always were interested in monster movies and all that other weird stuff. You get that from your father and granddad. I don't know anything about it, dear. Of course, it was very big in New Orleans at one time.
Like the
but you don't
Charleston.
hear about it so much these days. Too much else in the world to worry about, I guess.
Alright, well, what about the voodoo moitas?
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Oh, Gabriel, nothing. And I don't want to.
Cool. What can you tell me about snakes?
Do you know anything about snakes?
Snakes? What kind of snakes, dear?
I don't know. Local kinds?
Well, we used to get cottonmouths in the park when I was a girl, but I haven't heard of one being sighted for years. Milk snakes and garter snakes are also around these parks, but they can't hurt you.
Thanks, Gran.
That was very helpful.
Do you have any idea what Cabri sans coeur means?
Something without something, I think. My French is so rusty. I swear my mind is going.
It's okay, thanks.
Well, apparently nobody knows what that means. What about Marie Laveau?
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
Marie Laveau. Of course! She was that voodoo woman, wasn't she? She preyed on people's fears and superstitions is what I think. There are always those willing to take other people's money for nothing.
And the
You
chicks
stay
for
away
free.
from people like that, Gabriel.
Yes, Gran.
Okay, well, do we really want to talk about her?
Tell me about yourself.
Me? Oh, surely you have something more interesting to talk about.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
right.
come on, Gran.
All right, dear. What do you want to hear?
Make any inappropriate jokes.
Tell me about before you met Granddaddy.
Well, you know I was born Rebecca Wright. My daddy owned a lot of land outside of town. We grew peas, corn, cotton, all kinds of things. It was a
Fascinating.
good childhood, but my father was very strict. He didn't much let me out of his sight.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, nothing, never mind.
I don't really care. So tell me about the Knight family. Actually, we came here to ask about Wolfgang Ritter. That's what I
Do
came
you know
here for.
anyone named Wolfgang Ritter?
Wolfgang Ritter. Oh, no, dear.
Odd.
Odd indeed. We'll tell you about the rest of the Knight family.
Tell me about our family.
Who would you like to hear about? Your granddad, your father, or your mother?
I guess this is our mother, so this is your granddad, I think?
Tell me something about Granddad.
Your granddad immigrated to America when he was 21. He worked his way through school, met and married me, and we had your father, Philip.
Tell me about Philip.
Tell me about my father.
Your father was my only child. How we adored him. Philip suffered from terrible nightmares, just like your granddad did. They were 2 peas in a pod.
And we've seen the results of those nightmares in the little notebook we got from upstairs.
Tell me about my mother.
Your mother was Margaret Templeton when your father met her. She came from a very wealthy Creole family in New Orleans. She was beautiful and reckless. She was madly in love with your father, of course, but I also think she liked defying her family. Since you're so interested in family history these days, why don't you go by St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 and visit the family tomb? It would be a sweet gesture.
And
Maybe I will.
That's the other way you can unlock St. Louis Cemetery. Okay, well, we've heard all we need to hear right now. So, if you recall, there was some other stuff up in the attic that we didn't quite look at last time we were here. There's this little
An elaborate
clock.
mechanical clock, probably of German origin, is among the discarded treasures of the attic. It doesn't seem to be running at the moment.
Alright, let's fuck with it. So this is, in my personal opinion, one of the more obscure, difficult puzzles in the game. It is optional as far as I know, but it is kind of out there. As far as I know, we've already gotten the hints for this, but they're kind of difficult, right? We read a poem in, I think, the last video or the one before that mentioned the 3 dragons, right? The German translation, Drei Drachen. So we have 3 dragons. So we can put the dragon, if I can figure out what the fuck I'm doing, up at noon, right? And then we turn this until it is at 3 o'clock for the 3 dragons, so to speak. And then we can turn the key.
Granddaddy, you old fox.
And now we have a couple of things out of here. We have a photograph.
The old photograph showed Gabriel's grandfather with 2 other men that Gabriel has not identified.
And we also have a letter.
The letter is addressed to Heinz Ritter, whoever that is.
Another Ritter, I believe.
Gabriel can see that just fine without magnification.
So we need to read it, I guess.
The letter is written in German, but Gabriel determines what he can about it. It was sent from a place called Schloss Ritter in Rittersburg, West Germany.
They have their own bird.
The letter is addressed to mein Sohn Heinz and signed Wilhelm Ritter. One of the reoccurring words strewn throughout the letter is the word Schattenjäger. The only thing that Gabriel can decipher about the letter is a sense of urgency in the handwriting and in the heavy use of quill-tip bold strokes and underlining.
Okay, let's go ask Grandma about this Heinz Ritter and Schattenjäger business. So I think we can show her the letter.
That's it.
Does this mean anything to you, Gran?
No, dear. I'm afraid I don't speak a word of German.
Don't hold out on me, Gran.
Does this mean anything to you, Gran?
That one in the middle is your grandfather. Those other 2 I don't know.
Gran, you're not being helpful.
Can we talk, Gran?
So now we have a couple new topics here. We have Schottenjäger, which is something we can ask other people about, and Heinz Ritter has showed up here as well.
Do you know anyone named Heinz Ritter?
Heinz Ritter? Oh, Gabriel, where did you hear that name?
I found a letter in Granddaddy's clock.
I promised I'd never tell you or your father, but I suppose it doesn't matter now.
Tell me, Gran.
Your family used
Your
to make ketchup.
granddad's name was Heinz Ritter before he came to America. He changed it to Harrison Knight legally when he arrived.
And Ritter is actually, I think, a German word for knight, which is a nice little touch. So, will you admit to knowing who Wolfgang Ritter is now?
Do you know anyone named Wolfgang Ritter?
As I said, your granddad's surname was originally Ritter. I never learned much about his family, but from things he said, I always thought he had a brother back in Germany. I don't know if Wolfgang Ritter is related to your granddad or not.
Okay, and what about Schottenjägers?
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
Schottenjäger? Schottenjäger? How odd, Gabriel. I haven't heard that word
Apparently
in
she
years.
hasn't heard it pronounced
Goodness,
correctly
you've
either.
given me a chill. Your granddad used to say that sometimes in his sleep.
Really? Do you know what it means?
No, I'm afraid not. I asked him about it once. I don't think he answered me. Odd.
I just dropped the subject after that.
Thanks, Gran.
Okay, well, we've got all we need to know. So we know Wolfgang is indeed a family member, so we can go
Well,
talk.
Gran, I better go.
We can go call
All
him
right.
now. Please don't hug me. Alright, let's hop on back to St. George's books and
Hey, Grace. Here I am.
rock you
Really?
like a hurricane.
I forgot you were...
Okay, let's go and call Wolfgang back. I gotta dial this damn number again. Okay, so that was 490 932 4333
Guten Tag, Sie haben Schloss Ritter erreicht?
I'm looking for Wolfgang Ritter.
Ja, einen Moment.
Yeah, is this Gabriel on the phone?
No.
This is Gabriel Knight. Why are you calling me Mr. Ritter?
I have been having premonitions of great danger for you, Gabriel. You must leave New Orleans this very day.
What the hell are you talking about?
It is hard to explain on the phone. I have had senses, feelings about you. It took me a long time to have you tracked down. I had a sense that Heinz had a grandson, but until these dreams started, I did not know if I should contact you.
You say you're related to my grandfather?
Yes, Heinz was my brother. There is much about the family that you should know, Gabriel. Come to Schloss Ritter in Rittersberg, West Germany. It is our family home. I will tell you everything when you come.
You gonna pay
must
for my
come
plane ticket?
immediately. You are in great danger there.
Look, I appreciate the family spirit and all, but frankly I don't know you from Adam, and I'm not going to fly off to Germany even if I could afford it.
Gabriel, please. If you won't listen, at least let me send you something. It is a journal from one of your ancestors. Promise me you will read it.
Well, I'm pretty busy.
And I don't know how to
Gabriel,
read.
You are the last
And
of
it's
our
probably
line.
in German.
I am too old to carry on. You are our last hope. Please, for your family, read the journal.
All right, I'll look at it.
Good. Now be careful and come to me as soon as you can. Goodbye.
Well, that was enlightening. Also, since I don't think this will come up again, best opportunity to show it.
Gabriel select.
Drei Drachen.
Drei
Drei
Drachen.
feurigen
No, you're not gonna say the
The
thing.
top shelf contains a set of German books that once belonged to
So anyway, that poem was written by Heinz Ritter. I said that at some point, I think, but it's not super important. I just thought it was a nice touch.
I'm going out.
Alright, so we got a couple of things to follow up on from last time. We gotta go get the drawing from this dude in Jackson Square. So let's hop on over here, pick up our commission. How you doing, buddy?
How's it going today? What? Oh, it's only you. Man, I have been jumpy all day. That pattern of yours really freaked me out for some reason. There's just something creepy.
You finished it?
Yeah, and you're welcome to it. Here.
Wow, this is great.
Uh-huh. Just don't, like, blow up the planet with it or something, okay?
I didn't mean to upset you.
Oh, forget it. I'm probably just being stupid. Do your thing with it, and good luck.
Okay, we're off to blow up the planet now. And if we head over here, there's something new over here.
The booth is a... Madame Lorelei, the fortune teller, is garbed in a belly dancer's outfit and wears a boa around her neck. A real boa.
They meet a snake, not like a feather boa. So we have another snake to investigate.
That's a nice snake you have there.
I could say the same of you.
I think Gabriel might have met his match.
Where I got mine. Where'd you get yours?
That's personal.
I see. Okay, I accidentally clicked through something. And she's dancing now. Okay, well, we're dancing
I'm looking.
Gabriel leers at the dancer, but she seems to want a more overt demonstration of his appreciation.
I remove my pants.
Not a bad idea. Ooh, baby, I love the way you move.
Madame Lorelei winks knowingly at Gabriel and twitches her hip.
Yep, she wants me.
Remember this guy was in love with Malia Getty like 5 minutes ago? You dropped some. Oh dear. You dropped something over here. You left your sash. I think you might want that.
Thanks, boys.
No, I see. Well, since she dropped her clothes, we're going to thoroughly examine them.
The veil belonged to the fortune.
Okay, well, we'll use our magnifying glass. So I never know, even having played this game, whether it wants you to look at something, magnify it, or read it.
Gabriel examines the veil with a magnifying glass.
It's just one of the ways all the cursors kind of get in the way a little bit.
That sequin looks a little strange. Why, it's a snake scale.
Why? Okay, let's use our tweezers.
Gabriel carefully uses the tweezers to remove the snake scale from the veil.
Alright, well, it doesn't look like the other scale.
Gabriel magnifies the scale from the fortune teller. The iridescent scale is hued olive green. It doesn't seem to match the scale from Lake Pontchartrain.
That is most unfortunate. I guess we've ruled out another snake. Only a few thousand more left to go. Well, she's probably going to want this back.
I think this veil belongs to you.
Huh, my veil. I'm always losing those things. You have no idea.
I don't.
Well, darling, you're such a sweetie to return a lady's delicates, and so handsome as well.
I see.
Well,
And since you have such a clear interest in fortune-telling, let me see your hands. They look so strong.
This is my baiting hand.
Perhaps they will make both our fortunes clear, no?
I wish something would.
Strong. Yes, and yet so delicate. And, flexible.
Smells like jizz.
You don't know the half of it.
Oh, good. I see a mysterious woman in your immediate future.
It's me.
Madame Lorelei winks at Gabriel knowingly.
She is a dangerous one. Dark and beautiful. Ah, I see the road of your life, Falcon.
I wish it were spooning.
And very soon.
The blood drains from Madame Lorelei's face in an instant. Sweat beads on her upper lip.
Are you okay?
Oh, God. Beware. Beware.
Well, that's how my usual dates go.
What is it about me lately?
Well, that was productive. Well, at least we got ourselves a drawing now. We can go see old Mosley, see how he's doing. He did tell us he was going to be interviewing a suspect today, so I suppose we can go check that out. And we got a new drawing we can show him that he probably won't care about. Let's get on out of here. We don't have to talk to Frick today. That's actually his name, by the way.
Glad you made it. It'll give you a feel for how I am in action. You know, handling suspects, that sort of thing.
Yes,
I'm
indeed.
sure it'll be invigorating. Who is this guy, anyway?
Calls himself Crash. He's been an informant for us before, mostly helping us bust small-time pimps and dealers trying to break into the territory. Well, he's been staying invisible during these murders, but we picked him up this morning to Jackson Square. Pushing coke? He knows something. Call it detective's instinct.
Detective's instinct. Got it.
I'll write that down.
All right, Crash. I want to hear about these murders. You been present at the so-called voodoo ritual?
I don't know nothing. I told you.
Come on now, you can tell me. Do you know anyone who's been to these rituals?
Look, I can't say nothing. You gotta let me go, man.
Now, you relax. No one knows you're here. The men who picked you up were plainclothesmen.
Plain clothes, like you could fool them. They know I'm here. They've got ears all over the city. They know everything.
Now, who are they, Crash? Are they the ones doing the murders?
Let me go.
If you're so worried about being detained, start talking. Now, you tell me what I want to hear, and maybe I can get you in the witness protection program. But you have to earn it.
Witness protection? Are you crazy? Don't make me laugh. Jesus, just let me out of here.
Now, come on. Who's behind these murders, Crash? Why are the victims all members of the underworld?
By now they know I'm here. It's different when I'm supposed to come here. Or if I can send a message. Tell him I didn't say nothing.
Christ, he's frickin' useless. Take him back to detaining, would you, Tony?
Well, he was about as helpful as everyone else we've talked to.
I tell you, times like this, I'd kill for truth serum and damn the civil rights.
Can I quote you on that?
Huh? Hell no. Damn! We only keep him for 24 hours. Tomorrow morning, I might have to let him go. Sorry it wasn't more exciting. For the book I made. Maybe you can punch it up some. You know, what do they call that? Fiction, that's it.
Yeah, you know.
It certainly is. I'll see what I can do.
Well, that was riveting and not very helpful. Do you know anything about this symbol?
You know those marks you found around the murder victims? This is a reconstruction of the whole pattern.
That's cute, Gabriel. Almost looks legit. I'm sure our police artists would be amused at your techniques.
I do have a certain obligation to my audience. Okay, do we have anything else worth showing him? I don't think we do. No, I guess we're pretty much done here. Do you have anything new to ask him about today?
What's the status on the voodoo murders case?
It sure as hell ain't going well. There's a lot of brakes being applied in different areas of the investigation.
I see that.
We're getting some real info on the victims now, and they're not exactly upstanding citizens. I was hoping to get more out of Crash, but he's scared shitless. We'll have to let him go tomorrow morning.
Well, that is unfortunate. Do you know what a Schottenjäger is?
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
No. Ha! Is that anything like a Chuck Yeager?
I don't think there's any relation.
Very helpful. Alright, well, that was useful.
Well, I'll be seeing you.
Have a good one.
We do a lot of wheel spinning in this story, you know. Well, I was promised we're gonna have a, what do you call it, a lecture at the, not the Getty Estate, at Tulane University. And, this is pretty dialogue heavy, so I'm just kinda gonna be quiet and let y'all enjoy the ambiance. so to speak.
It looks like the lecture is just starting. Gabriel decides to record the session.
Voudoun is the tribal religion of Africa, but the name Voudoun is actually a banner heading under which resides an entire body of distinct tribal belief systems. The word Voudoun may sound familiar to you. What is known in the States as voodoo is actually an amalgamation of African religious systems, Voudoun, and European religions, primarily Catholicism. All of the subcults of African Voudoun have certain things in common. The most important is the worship of a pantheon of spirits instead of the single deity that the Christian and Muslim systems have. Some of these spirits are elementals. Some relate to specific tasks or places. Some represent important tribal leaders who have died. This spirit worship is what makes Voudoun so easily adaptable. With all those spirits, it's no problem to add a few more. Say, for example, the Virgin Mary. At the height of tribal Africa, warfare was common. The one tribe would conquer another, and the Loa, important in the conqueror's tribal system, would be adopted readily into the conquered tribe's Loa pantheon. In this way, many of the Voudoun cults spread and mingled throughout tribal Africa, enriching the belief system and causing innumerable offshoots. The basis for the Voudoun religion seems to be as old as man himself. It has much in common with many early pagan practices: animal totems, sympathetic magic, elemental spirits in the trees, the heavens, the bodies of the sick. Africa is believed by many to be the cradle of the human race. Some of the Voudoun Loa may be as old as the Garden of Eden itself. We still can't explain some of the real power of these primal religions. And note, I said primal, not primitive. There are African Bokors who baffle our scientists with their supernatural powers. Now, let's discuss the elements of Voudoun.
Fascinating guy.
In Voudoun, the spirits are called the Loa. During a Voudoun ceremony, celebrants are possessed by the Loa. And this is called being ridden. The human worshipper is seen as a horse, and the Loa as the divine horseman. A person being ridden by a Loa takes on the characteristics of that spirit and becomes, in effect, merely a vessel for the more powerful entity. Some of the older original Africa Loa include Dambala, the great serpent god; Hezruli, the mistress of love; Papa Nebo, or Gede, the lord of death; Agwe, the spirit of water; Legba, spirit of the crossroads; and the cruelest and most dangerous, Ogun Badagri, the lord of destruction.
I gotta get more sleep at night.
A tribe-specific Loa can have as much or more power as the more widely worshipped Loa. For instance, a particular tribe might revere highly the Loa of an ancestor who was a legendary hunter or politician. Voudoun temples are called Haunfors. Their priests, Hungan or Bokors. Their priestesses, Mama Loa. In a Voudoun Haunfor, there's a ritual circle marked by a center pole called a Poto Mitan. The ritual circle is prepared with a veve, a pattern of symbols. Each tribe's veve is slightly different, consisting of complex symbols that identify their special Loa. During ritual conclaves, initiates dance under the supervision of a Bokor and a Mama Loa, or head priestess. The use of totems or animal masks and markings was not uncommon in the original African ceremonies. Now, though, all but the oldest sects have abandoned this practice. Ritual objects used during the conclaves include the ritual gourd or asson,
That looks like
the ritual knife or kubasa.
Looks like the knife from
That
the
knife
dream.
gives me the chills.
the ritual whip, or fouet cache, and the ritual coffin, or seke madure.
They had one of those at the Voodoo
These
Museum.
items are often optional, called for by the Mamaloa for specific magical rituals. The Mamaloa is the most powerful figure in any Voudoun sect. Voudoun is a truly matriarchal system. Even the Bokor knows his power is limited. The Mamaloa is the supreme woman. She, butterflies, fireflies.
And Gabriel fell asleep.
Firelight. No, what is it? Gabriel?
What? I can't see.
Gabriel, get in.
Can't. It's too small for me.
You must get in, Gabriel.
It's not mine. Too small.
Hide, Gabriel, hide.
No, no, let me out. Help.
Young man, the lecture is over.
Oh my God, sorry.
It was a great lecture, I promise. Alright. I've been recording for a little bit, so I'm going to check and see how long I've been going in this little session here. And if it's not too long, we'll just keep right on going. And if it's been at least